And what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Goons podcast, episode 2. I'm joined here by my co-host, Tommy.
What up, guys? Episode 2. Hope you're ready.
Zach.
What's up, y'all?
Nick.
What's going on, guys?
Jeremy.
Yo, what up?
And our first special guest of the series, Shane.
Yo, what's up?
Alright.
Welcome, Shane.
Let's give it a round.
What's up, man?
What up?
I just wanted to say real quick, my voice, I'm sick right now, so my voice is going to sound a little retarded.
Alright.
Your voice is gone.
So, for this episode, guys, we're going to be talking about conspiracy theories. Stuff like what happens when you die, aliens, government, dying in 2030, controlling your own fate, all types of such. This could be a long episode, or we might break it off into 2 parts.
Honestly, I'm fine with it being 2 parts.
Yeah, because there's a lot we can talk about.
This is going to be some crazy shit.
It could drag on.
Honestly, I think we should do 2 parts.
I'm down.
I'm around. There's quite a lot that we want to cover.
Bet.
All right.
We'll have a second segment of this.
Yeah, we will.
So,
So,
it's going to be part 1, part 2, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
guys, what happens when you die? Like, what do you guys think?
First topic.
Getting
up,
right into it.
Opening up on a banger.
Well,
I mean,
who's
You
all
go
religious
first.
here first off?
I
Because you got to
really.
have a concept of what
Well,
happens
say it
after.
Zach's only really the major religious person.
Yeah,
I'd
I
say.
used to be religious. Like, I got confirmed in everything in my church, but I don't really, know. I'm so confused about what happens when you die. I honestly don't know. But I have theories of it, but,
Well, I
don't
say
know.
you start up, and then we'll go around the table.
I'm like, okay, one thing I'm really hoping for is, I believe that there is a heaven and that there is a hell. But what I'm really hoping for is that when you die, you get brought to this place of your complete happiness, and you live forever, and you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Like, it's your heaven.
Kind of like what you are longing for on Earth while you actually are alive.
Yeah, and then you're brought to your paradise, and you live there forever, but you can do whatever the hell you want. And that's, heaven.
Like
But,
an
and
open
everyone's there. Like, you could be neighbors to Abraham Lincoln or some shit. I'm being serious, honestly. Everyone who's ever died is here.
Now, how did you come up with that concept?
Because heaven...
It's pretty neat.
No, because
I
I
get
like
that.
it. I like it.
Because if you think about it, heaven, you're brought to heaven after you die, supposedly, and it's just this perfect place where everyone's happy, and it's heaven, right? Heaven is heaven. So, and then that made me think about what heaven would actually be, hopefully in my mind, because I want to die, live forever, and be able to do the fuck I want, snap my fingers, go skiing somewhere, or snap my fingers, be at, the beach.
So
Just
you
be
basically-
anywhere
anything.
you want.
Exactly.
Basically
It's
deciding.
You lived your life, and now you're just free to do whatever it is you want to do. All the struggles you had are forgotten, and you can just do you. But there's also the fear of mine that you die and it's gone. You're nothing.
Yeah.
There is no afterlife. That's what kind of scares me.
Hey, we can bring in my point here,
Oh, yeah,
which
Tommy.
that's what I think happens.
I
think it just goes
I think
my
as soon as you die,
my
power
heart's
shut
starting
off.
to beat. That's creepy.
You don't believe in nothing like souls or nothing
Well,
like that?
souls
mean,
have to be a thing because everybody's a different person. Everyone has their own personalities.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
that's not an organ. That's your soul.
It's not considered a
It's who
soul
you
to some
are.
people.
Who you
like
are.
an energy or something.
Yeah.
There's
Something about
there.
you that kind of powers you as you live. What kind of person you are.
So personally, my take on what happens after you die is reincarnation or
I hate
into. I also think that when you die, you just wake up again, as a baby, and just it's a continuous cycle.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think we're able to I don't know, bounce off.
I've heard people talk about there was a couple articles where that light when you die or when you are dying and you see that light that light that you're looking at is actually the lights in the operating room.
That's
in,
what I mean.
the burning unit.
When you die, it's almost you just move on.
Yeah.
One theory I heard revolving that is that when we die, we relive everybody, and we live everyone's life on the planet. You're gonna live my life, I'm gonna live your life, I'm gonna live your life, I'm gonna live yours. I've heard theories about that, and that shit's fucking freaky. You are every single person in this earth.
Wait, so you mean you're everyone? How would that happen?
No,
Because
when
all-
you die, you're a new person. If I could die tomorrow, and then I'd be reincarnated as you, and in a different time or whatever.
Okay, different.
Well, that's basically the concept of Logic's Everybody album. Literally, Adam. That's the whole concept. But what I was going to say is, like I was saying earlier, I just think you die. I just think power shut off. Shane, what you got to say?
I believe in reincarnation.
Ooh.
Dude, reincarnation is a crazy thing to think of, though.
It is
Like,
a crazy concept.
It's literally like how you acted or how good of a person you were on Earth that affects what you are in your next life.
I just hate the idea that I'm a human right now and I can reincarnate as a fucking ant.
Like the ones we torch.
Literally,
Like, what the fuck is that? No.
Dreamer's gonna be reincarnated into like a porpoise, or something that's just really slow and breaks down a lot.
Like his car.
shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, he reincarnates into a Cadillac.
It breaks down.
I wish. That'd be a great life.
Yo, imagine like being reincarnated into just like some beast of an animal, or like you're just a little bitch like a plant.
What if we right now are in a reincarnation of somebody else's life?
That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
that's like my theory, sort of.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Dude, there's so many theories. This is trippy.
I know,
believe
but
in
like, I
reincarnation.
mean, there's also the simulated reality conversation.
Yeah, that life is a simulation. I believe that shit.
I think that's very possible. But Shane, what's up?
I believe in the reincarnation, like Jeremy said, like when you see the light at the end of your life, that's just like you being born as a baby.
That I've heard.
I believe in that one.
That's a small
What if
one.
you're not reborn as a human, though? You're reborn as like a fucking possum.
You're a fucking snail.
In a sewer. Yeah, what if you get reborn as a snail? But like but when you're reborn as a snail, you can't express yourself, but you know, like, in your life right now, that you are gonna be a snail in your next life. And you
like
have
a
to, you
selecting
literally,
process.
with your same soul, same personality and everything, like that whole soul thing, it just transfers to a fucking snail.
Now,
I don't get
Th-
how
th-
that would work.
then why don't we have past consciousnesses from
we
far before?
do.
us?
only live one
we
life.
do. Deja vu.
Yeah.
I don't get
Mhm.
deja
I
vu.
get it.
Honestly,
Yo. That-
honestly, like this is gonna be like a little off topic,
Oh.
but I 100% believe in parallel universes.
Yeah.
I believe in
Oh,
that
I
too,
definitely
yeah.
I
do.
swear
sure.
to God, I've seen
Right there.
different versions of myself in the mirror. Like I swear to God,
I've never
That's
had
crazy.
that.
What are you talking about?
parallel
Different?
universes.
No, different what?
No, like
Different
I swear to God, I
universes,
looked in
yeah.
the mirror by myself for so long that I saw a different person.
That just
And,
happened.
like it was me, but
Yeah.
it wasn't me. Like it was at like 3 a.m. Like, didn't you ever have those times when you zone off in the mirror and like early in the morning? I did that, and I've like several times. I swear to God, I've seen a different person looking like me.
And Zach, to explain to you what a parallel
Oh no, I
universe
understand
is,
what that is.
But like I 100% believe in that because it's like every possible outcome that could happen, like every single one, infinite. Like the roof is non-existent. That I believe that there is one of those things happening in every different parallel universe. Like if I got up and punched you, like that's happening right now, but at a different time.
So like parallel universes. If you think about it, like how I said deja vu. Have you guys ever had those like dreams where like you see it again and you're doing it?
Oh,
Like I've done
definitely.
it.
Yeah.
Like explain that to me, how this happens. Like how do you know what's gonna happen and you've been in that situation? That doesn't make sense to me.
So it's like deja vu for me. I actually get it a lot, and one of the ones that I actually like dream about sometimes is me and Thomas actually. Sorry, me and Thomas actually got into an accident one time, right outside of our old high school, and fucking dude, that shit was crazy. I
That shit
literally
was
like
funny.
I dreamt us down the hill, where we were actually like at with the car. I don't know. Do that.
That's
crazy.
trippy. Like you kind of
It's
I
so
get what you're
trippy,
saying
like-
though. Basically,
and it's
like
like
the fact
fucking
that you
me up
saw
right
that
now.
you were about to
Yeah.
have a car, you're like, shit, I've been here before, I'm about to crash my car. That's
But I didn't know that. All I
imagine
knew,
you did though.
but all I knew was that me and Tommy were like gonna be at Olender's that day with my mom, and my mom was also there. And then I also dreamt that my dad was gonna pull in with my sister in my sister's car,
Right?
And that happened too.
That shit's
And
weird.
I was literally like tripping balls. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Which happens to me all the time.
do you guys ever get that like serious deja vu where like you know exactly what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
you get, you're
Yes,
you're
dude.
sitting in the room and you're like, I've done this before.
It's
Like right
so
now,
scary.
someone's gonna knock
that
on my
person's
door.
gonna do that. That's gonna follow her. The screen's gonna display this video.
And then it goes like that, and
Yeah.
then
and
it's
it's
like,
like, what the fuck?
I don't experience deja vu.
What? You've never experienced deja vu?
never.
Never.
Have Shane and Zach? Are you guys?
I've
Yeah,
experienced
but
it.
I don't really remember most of it.
I don't. I
I,
don't.
I understand what's going on.
My
Raise your
dreams.
hand.
I have a lot of weird dreams where I have dreams inside of dreams. So I wake up
What?
and then I think I'm doing what I normally do in my
Yes,
dream,
that
and then I wake
can
up again. I'm not gonna lie. I had 6 dreams in one time, and
That's fucking
I kept
creepy.
waking up where I was sleeping on my mom's couch, and it just kept happening. But
Sort of
Zach,
like a lucid dream type thing. That could be a whole nother concept.
it wasn't even lucid, like controlling a dream. I just kept waking up and then
That's
doing the rest of my
crazy.
day. And then something's about to happen that I really want to do. And then I could feel myself getting pulled back into the dream. And I'm like, no, I want to stay here. And then I wake up again.
Speaking of dreams,
That's
like
crazy.
this is gonna sound wicked weird. Well, I've had like continuous, like you guys have had continuous dreams, right?
Yeah.
There's one of mine that I have that there's this girl, right? And I'm in this dream and I've never been so happy, but I can't see her face, and I swear
That's
to God, it's my
crazy.
wife.
Dude.
But I'm having I remember like we were like at a house with a swing set. There's like beautiful sun out, and there's one we were at the beach, but like I never saw her face. It was like this bright light, but I was having the best time of my life.
You know what's crazy? What if when you get married, you have that dream again and it's her face?
That's what I think, dude. I think it's my wife.
It's your dream girl.
There's a
Duh.
song.
I think I legitimately think it's my wife, and it trips me out that I've seen
That's
her.
pretty cool.
There's a Hobson song, and literally, he in his dreams he sees this girl, but like he can't be with her, and he only sees her in his dreams, and then he stops seeing her, and it only happens a couple times, and then he blows his brains out so he can be with her.
Damn.
I mean, shit, I might as well. I'm kidding. Yo, low key, back to the original topic of like what happens when you die. There's low key been times where I'm like, you know what, I could just die right now because I want to know what's gonna happen. I've dead ass like thought about it.
I mean, I think it's not that I think about killing myself, but
No,
I,
it's not
I
like
know what
killing
happens.
myself.
Yeah,
I just want to
wanna
know what happens.
happens, but I also don't, because like what I believe is nothing happens, so I don't really think about that too much.
There's actually this thing that I read up on, which is like, it's kind of like off topic, but the whole like killing yourself thing to see what happens. Like there's this thing that people get, and it's actually common. Like if you're standing on top of a really tall building and like there's no edge and you're kind of like looking around,
Hell no.
and that thought in your head that's like I should jump off. That's actually a thing, and it's called the call of the void.
I have that a
The
lot.
call.
That the thing is that happens to me. Like when you're driving and you get the
There's been
thought
times
in
I
your
wanna hit a
brain.
tree.
You get the thought in your brain and you drive it, and it's just like I should veer off the road and crash into a tree right now and die. That's actually a thing called the call of the void.
That sounds fucking horrifying. Can
It's
you explain what that
crazy.
is?
And that happens to you?
It's
That happens
yeah,
to me all the
it's
time.
it's
I'm
literally
gonna-
like that tiny thought in your brain that tells you like to die, like you should die. Right
And I
now.
feel like
get
mentally
that.
unstable people that just when they get that they just do it.
Overwhelming.
You know
for
what?
them,
Now that you guys
possibly.
say that though, like I definitely have. That's happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
happened.
happened to me all the time. Like with driving, like there's times where I go, yeah, I was gonna hit this tree right now.
I'm gonna T-bone this person. I said that to my mom the other day.
I've never thought about hitting people.
All right, so what about like when people die, they die, but then they're brought back to life, like
like they were
they were like pronounced dead, and then they what
yeah,
about
my
those
aunt.
people? Like they die.
They tell their stories too. I've read up on some of that.
Yeah.
But some of it's false. Some of it could be real. I don't know. It's all in what you believe.
Some
and
of it
what
could
you
be made up
follow.
for attention, in my opinion.
My
Yeah, but some
Attention is
people
one
there
thing.
have medical documents that they were passed, but
my
That's
aunt,
crazy. Man.
like 3 years ago, my aunt was pronounced dead for like 45 minutes. She had a stroke in her like she works in Tennessee, and she was working at a like a really nice hotel, and she passed out in the bathroom, and she had a stroke, and she was dead for 45 minutes, and they brought her to the hospital and revived her, which is trippy as shit. I don't think she remembers anything, but I watched this video on Snapchat about probably like 2 weeks ago, and there was this guy, no, it was on YouTube, and there was this guy who was dead for 30 minutes, and he experienced heaven and hell.
I might have heard about that.
Yeah,
It
but
was
I
some
think I've heard
old
of
guy. He said the first thing he said was, "When I first died, I met this random person, and then I was brought to these golden gates, and they stretched as high as I could see and as far as they could go. Like it was endless. And the doors opened, and he wasn't let in. And then he was explaining that he was sent straight to hell, and the floor of hell was like people like grabbing at you, and there was legit demons flying around him. Like he said that this all happened when he died. Like that's trippy."
I just think he's doing that for attention.
That's what I think. And I honestly, I've seen, like, I've read up on some articles, I guess you could call them, or they're just like those things on Snapchat that you swipe over and it's like on your Discover page. And it was like a story about how this person, like, she died in the hospital for like 5-10 minutes, a certain amount of time, and she said that she started going through her life again. Like she actually relived her whole life in the time that she was dead.
Who says we're not doing that right now?
Yeah, that's I can't even think of that.
There's one thing that I really hope happens when we do die is that when we die, I want to be sat down and I want to be shown like a fucking slideshow or a movie about how things started, what the fuck is actually out there, and who's running the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to know how the Earth started, how the Big Bang started, what other galaxies and life forms are out there, and like I just want to know. Like who runs? Like someone has to be controlling what goes on, right?
There has to be a higher power.
Yeah.
Speaking of outer space, and yeah, we're gonna topic jump right now.
Oh.
Are aliens real? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Of
I
course.
believe so.
I think there could be other species, but for me, I don't even know if the universe is real. I know that sounds really weird, but like
Is space real?
I've never
Yes.
been to space. Why do I believe in space?
Oh yeah, true. bro.
I've never just experienced none of it, so how can I tell if it's real?
I kind of understand that, but like, I mean, we've been to the moon, and yeah, it could be like a projection by the government to think, but with like the outer space, and I believe in the galaxy. I believe that it's real. I believe that we are just on some sphere in floating in literally just nothing. But I think that the universe is too big to not have another species of something.
Oh, I think,
There's no way we're just the only one.
Yeah, there has to be more species. And for the whole space thing not being real, you said, there's been like, even way back in like Greece, like Plato or whatever their names were,
boy,
they've
Plato.
had some good research of whatnot.
But they just wrote it down. I mean, like
They
you
are- they
just
were
gotta believe
high
another
name.
person's word,
Their names were creditable.
but like you're just believing someone else's word. I've never experienced it for myself. What's
They
up,
didn't-
Shane?
They didn't experience it.
First off, there is way too many planets to not have any other life form on
Yeah.
it. Like we can't just be the only ones out there. Like
If there is an
It-
out
it's-
there.
This is our
So
solar
assuming that
system.
space is real.
yeah.
Like-
Also, the moon landing could have been fake.
Yep.
I believe so.
Like,
That's
how
fake.
the
I
base
think that definitely fake.
the
So,
footprints don't match
All the
up.
planets that we have supposedly like been on and landed on and have sent drones to don't actually have life forms. I mean,
I have
like
proof.
other people. You know what I mean?
I have proof.
What's up, Tristan?
You want to see?
Sure, go for it.
So, my dad, when he was younger, like a little younger than our age, he told me that he had his friend, and his friend's dad worked for NASA, and he was like higher up in the ranks. But they went and invaded his office one day, and they found pictures of photos that were taken on Mars. And my dad's like swore like on his life that there was pyramids and there were structures. Like the pyramids in Egypt, they were on Mars, and there were structures on Mars.
Sounds.
Like it hasn't been released, but he told me this is what he
Like
saw.
buildings?
Yeah, like
Obviously not like buildings.
not
but
like buildings. It was
periods
like
of the-
statues and stuff
pyramids
like that,
in
and
Egypt.
the pyramids from Egypt were like on Mars.
Even our pyramids are like lined up with a certain coordinates.
Exactly.
I read up
yeah.
on.
There's pyramids and mountains that are sending like magnetic electricity. Did you see that documentary that came out a few years
think
ago?
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's some mountain. It's in Asia somewhere, and it's emitting this high frequency like electricity and magnetics like through the top of the mountain, like a spear up into space. It like people recorded it and everything. It's nuts. Like this mountain is emitting like magnetic electricity and sending it to space.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I like to believe that there's other planets and there could be aliens, but it's just tough for me to believe that there's a universe out there or there's planets. Because I mean, how do we know this? We read it in books and watch it on TV.
I've seen UFOs.
I mean, in the end, we
Same.
really don't have any proof. Us as regular, like, middle-class civilians are never going to have proof of that.
I legitimately. Yeah,
Ew.
Get
Kill
away.
yourself.
Disgusting.
Cut!
I'll leave that in. But whoa, jeez. So no, on the way home, I think it was for spring break. On the way home from my campus, I swear to God, I saw a UFO. Like I was driving on the highway, and it was a little past golden hour. The sun was still setting, and I see this light. But like you know how planes have like white lights and green lights stuff like that, and they move
They
across
kind
the
of
sky,
blink
right?
in a
Yeah.
certain pattern.
Yeah, and they move across the sky. This one light stayed, and it was like a white light, and it was like a regular light for a while, but then it got super fucking bright, and it went back down, and it was gone for like a minute, and then it did the same thing again, and then it was gone. Like that's not like regular ship, and that wasn't the sun because the sun was all the way to the right.
Was this morning or night?
It was at night.
Boom, could have been a star. Bringing some logic on you real quick. The
No.
stars, boom. You know how stars explode sometimes and shit like that. Could
And-
have just brought
No, it
in.
wasn't like
Yep.
that.
Or it could have just been a helicopter
No.
chilling.
Well, I even saw like a small like figure on it. Like it was like a grayish white. It kind of blended in with the sky, but you could see like an outer like shape of it.
So like a bird.
Like a bird.
Do you think what you saw though was the death of a star? Because
Absolutely
stars
not.
can actually stars. I don't know the science on it. Granted, I'm not an astrologist,
Yeah.
but I've heard that like stars can like explode or something and they turn into a black hole. What if you just witnessed a star right there turn into a black hole?
I don't think it was only like probably 6 o'clock, and this is when before daylight savings, and but no, it was in like the middle of the sky. It wasn't like where the stars would be. Like the sun was still setting, but the light was normal for a while, and then it just got like brighter for like 5 seconds, went back down, was gone for like a minute and a half, and then it did the same thing again. Like a star blowing up wouldn't do that.
I think it might just be a star because stars are all over the place, buddy.
They do change colors.
And yeah, they
Yeah.
do have deaths of stars.
I
and
mean,
all
it
that
could have
stuff
been
like
the
that.
birth of a star, not even
Like,
the
Birth
death.
of stars.
Other than that, there's been
Something.
UFO sightings. I've seen shit that's like not a regular plane or
I
something.
believe in UFOs and all that shit.
While we're talking about stuff up there in so-called space, can we talk about how far that stuff actually is away, and
Like-
the fact that it actually isn't what you see up there like at night if it's a clear day and it's stars. That's actually like way in the past because that light takes time to
Yeah.
travel for us to actually see.
I lost what I was saying.
So, like the black hole picture that came out a couple weeks ago, that was all blurry. That was 15 million years ago,
because of how far it is.
and it was eating us. That thing's probably enormous now. That was a picture from 15 million years ago.
That's fucking great.
That's wild.
That's you know how long that fucking
Did you
is.
see the picture though? I was laughing at it. It
Yeah.
was a meme.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just crazy to think that human civilization has only been around like 7,000 years tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
So-
Earth is so fucking old.
It's
Yeah,
like
how
4
little we are,
4
too.
billion, right?
Compared to everything.
How little we are, but also how big we are at the same time.
And how we're killing our fucking planet.
Yeah. Shout out to Earth. You're the real one. We
We
love
love
Earth.
you.
Not shout out to the people who are gonna make us die by 2030.
Yeah.
Cummins drivers.
That's kind of creepy. Like, this came out like how long ago? Like 2 weeks. People are saying that if we don't slow down what we're doing to our planet with all the pollution and shit like that, like the planet's gonna like be screwed by 2030 because of climate change. Like, it's not gonna end by 2030, but it's gonna go to complete shit because climate change is gonna be so far gone that we can't fix it.
I mean, you ever seen pictures of China?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
they did something, I think it was, they stopped people driving a certain amount of cars for like 3 days just so they could take a picture of clear skies. That's how bad the
Yeah, they have to wear masks
pollution
like everywhere.
and all of
yeah.
that is. Like, that's disgusting.
And
not
what's wild
fog.
is that it's just the raw population and how many people are there. Like
Yeah.
that's why it's actually so bad. And since we're killing the environment, the whole thing that it's actually going to be done by 2030 is what if that actually happens?
And you're basically killing off, like, there's factories all over in Asia and all that, so all the pollution runs down the rivers, and then there's, like, populations that aren't, like, civilized, and they're just living off the land, and the river's polluted, everything gets
It's
polluted.
terrible.
Yeah. What was I just gonna say? Yo, shout out to Lil Dicky for his Earth music video. You know,
Oh,
really
yes,
bringing
sir.
it up. That was a banger video. I'm not gonna lie, but like he brought up some good topics. Like if we don't stop now and we start changing things, like our planet's gonna go to shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and I don't think we are going to slow down. That's
Like-
the bad part.
And thanks to what's going on in Israel right now, over 600 missiles were launched. That's gonna affect the fucking planet
That's a
in some
whole
shape
nother
or form.
topic,
That's 600 projectile missiles hitting Israel.
Gotta love that.
That's nuts. In 36 hours, there was almost 600 missiles shot. That's
That's
insane.
wild.
I guess they're going big or going home.
I don't know. I
All
think our
this-
government should get involved.
All that war stuff is like it's getting way too out of hand. I mean, granted, it has been like a time of peace because like not really anything too crazy. Granted, we're not in World War II. Like, World War III might not happen, probably will
it'll
happen.
fucking
to be
happen.
honest.
I believe World War III will happen.
I think it'll definitely. It's just going to be a conflict of interest. Somebody wants to take over the fucking world, aka Hitler Part 2.
But I bet it'll be fought with AIs and not with humans.
With
I
robots.
just
The
don't get
US.
it. We're all humans. Why can't we just live here in peace?
Because there's people out there that don't agree, and that's why.
I don't even think there needs to really be. I just want to go back in like fucking time where
Make
you're
me
living off the
president.
land.
Fuck, I'll make everybody rich.
Here, Germany.
That's not how it works.
Germany's been increasing its military too, so
I think everyone's.
seen
Getting,
that
I think
before.
everyone's getting ready. I think it's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's just a prep?
Because even with us and like we're not good with Russia right now.
never been.
Well, it could, but Jeremy's parked across the whole bottom of the driveway.
Jeremy!
You gotta go.
Yeah, he's gotta go.
And we're back from the intermission, guys. Jeremy moved his car. He stopped being an idiot. But
Wow.
thanks for the keys, buddy. But a quick jump from talking about World War III and government. We're gonna jump to phones and cameras and government recording you without you knowing.
I'm literally being recorded as we speak right now by this laptop camera. That's
Shane-
what I think.
Shane has some good points.
Well, about the recording thing, if you take a live photo, right, it records like 3 seconds before you take the photo. It's like always recording though.
That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
It shouldn't.
we actually did a test during the intermission. He recorded a live photo, and it recorded. He counted down saying 1, 2, or 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3, and he clicked out on 3, and it recorded him saying 2, 3, which is fucking trippy.
He didn't even say 2, 3. He said 1, 2, 3, and then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna take the picture now."
Yeah,
and
and
it
it
still
recorded
caught
him.
him saying 2, 3. Wow, I didn't even realize that when you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's,
the government's always watching us, honestly.
How are they
yeah,
not
they are.
going to? That's the thing.
yeah,
Like
like
they're watching me through my camera right now.
yeah,
as we
a lot of
speak.
people cover up their like Mac lenses, and they're
Mhm.
like almost everybody in my lectures had their lenses covered.
Still, do you think you have like an assigned agent for you or
No,
something?
I don't think there's
that's
enough
not
people
possible.
in the world to do that.
Kinda
There's no way half the population is gonna be in like fucking the police
What
or
I-
You never know. They
FBI,
could be undercover.
What I think it
unless it's
is,
the aliens watching us.
what would make the most sense is that they have one person assigned to like 100 or 1,000 people, but they don't listen to everything. They listen for keywords and phrases. Like
And
let's
then they
say,
just queue in.
yeah, like let's say they're listening right now and they're listening to your phone and your text and everything you send. If you say words like bomb and terrorist, like those are gonna come up as like spark words. They're gonna come up as red flags. And if you complete a sentence like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do this and this to this and this spot, I'm not gonna say it, but I think that would count as a red flag.
Do you think like imagine like you get flagged and they just like read your text and imagine they just start scrolling through some of your text you be saying.
Yeah, and they're like, yo, this
that's
boy's a
weird shit to
bitch.
think about.
Yo, this boy's kinky. What the fuck?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Now that you said bomb and terrorist, we just got more views on our podcast because now the FBI's listening. Make sure you guys hit that like button.
Yeah, yo,
We could really use it.
Yo, Phil, the FBI officer, click the subscribe button, give us some support.
Click
Fucking-
It sounded like your car starting.
Hey, at least mine started and got home
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
after
man.
breaking
Fuck.
down.
Yeah.
Like, no, like that shit's creepy. I 100% believe the government's watching us in every way possible.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely are. There's no reason that they shouldn't with the amount of power they have.
And do you think they like set up some certain conspiracies? Like, I don't know. Just
Like they make
Oh,
us think
they
of it
definitely
on
put fake
purpose.
shit out there. They don't tell us about the fucking pictures they have and what happens at Area 51. They're keeping so much shit from us.
Yeah, they're hiding so much, and then some conspiracies they set up. I like 9/11 could have been a conspiracy, I believe.
Yeah.
So
JFK.
Like to the point where
JFK
to
could
the
have
point
been
where they're
assassinated.
blocking stuff off Google Maps because they don't want you to see what's
Yeah.
there.
There was one guy, I'm pretty sure he worked for Area 51, and I forget, like, this is the big thing. You know what I'm talking about? Where he was, like, an agent or something, and he mysteriously died in a car crash on the way to go inform people what he had information on, and people say it was the FBI that killed him.
You just happen to
Definitely.
die on the way.
Do you
dude.
remember? Yeah, like, he happened to die in a car crash, like, randomly on the way to go give this information to somebody.
And there was something about that, and they didn't even have like evidence that it was a car crash or anything that would have caused
He
him.
just died.
They said he was like healthy or something, and it was like a long road. I don't remember if that's actually what, but there's no reason why he should have crashed.
Yeah,
but he
I forget the guy's
somehow
name, but it was a
crashed.
big thing.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to bring up is the assassination of JFK. I was watching a documentary on it, and where the killer was, whoever shot, they did the trajectory of the bullet, and it would have had to be like been swerving in and out. There would
I
have been
saw
no
that.
way. And then also they took a couple pictures, and there was some guy fucking laying down behind like some fucking corner or something. They didn't see a weapon or anything, but he was just fucking laying down there like a sniper, and it just makes total sense that he would have gotten assassinated by the government. They didn't like what was going on or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It was number 3 from the Umbrella Academy. Duh.
Yeah, assassinations, I think most of them are the government, honestly, because even Martin Luther King, I believe the government hired.
Oh,
someone.
yeah.
Oh,
I
he's
forgot
gone.
what
Yeah,
was his
of
name. I
course.
just forgot his name, but the government definitely hired the assassin.
I can see that.
I believe it.
Definitely.
I believe all of that.
How about my boy Abe?
Abe Lincoln, he was just trying to watch a fucking show, man.
That boy popped up behind him, giving him one piece.
Jesus Christ.
Rest in peace, Abe.
Have you guys seen the memes where it's like, Abe fucking Lincoln is like, oh, I can't wait to watch this show, and it's got like a Modern Warfare 2 trick shot in the background.
Wow.
No.
Alright, topic switch.
There's one thing that I want to talk about that like scares the fuck out of me, and it's the fucking ocean.
Dude,
Yes, that.
I've heard that.
We have explored 5% of the fucking
We've done
ocean.
more than 5%.
What is it, like 10?
We've explored
Not much.
20%.
I've heard that we claimed about, or I've heard a claim that we know more about outer space
Than
and
we do
the
the
stuff
ocean.
up there than we do with the oceans on our own Earth.
That's it's creepy as fuck.
Like,
the-
what's down there?
The fact that we've only explored that much is fucking creepy.
Not to mention it's pitch black down there.
Mariana Trench?
Oh, that's 7 miles down.
That's crazy.
7 miles.
That's nuts.
Still think megalodons are around?
Oh,
down there.
definitely.
Of
They
course.
say they're extinct, but I think they're just down because
There's
we've only explored
there's like
so much.
pictures of them.
It make no sense if they weren't here. If we've only explored 80%, or we've only explored 20%, 80% is still... Okay, wait a sec. It's charging.
I just wanted to see.
Can we keep that in?
It's charging.
Gosh.
I didn't know.
I mean, I know that some of the
My
videos that
topic.
are on, like, the internet about megalodons and stuff are definitely fake because that's people that just want to get attention, or some of the sightings are fake and they're like, oh, I was 4 feet away from a megalodon, but they have no evidence to
Like,
back it.
you're not
All of that
away.
shit is definitely bullshit. It's just somebody that wants to make some money or get some, like, relevance in the world. But I definitely 100% believe that those things are still alive.
Yo, there's like structures underground. Like I watched this video a couple weeks ago, and it's like the 10 creepiest things found underground. And there was this big, like probably the size of a football field, like rock sculpture, but it was like cut. Like it was legitimately, it was like embedded into the seafloor, but it was like cut with like something. It was,
That reminds me of Minecraft, you know? The
Yes,
underwater
yo.
temples.
basically.
Me and Nick like to play Minecraft a lot. I mean,
A decent
Minecraft's
amount, man.
whatever. And it's just fun
OG game.
to explore.
Yeah, Minecraft is OG game.
OG.
But, like, Atlantis. Imagine like cities. Not Atlantis.
Do you guys think that's
especially.
actually real, though?
Cities under the water?
kinda.
Because imagine if water wasn't there before. There could have been cities down there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe in it kinda. You know, like, any of you believe in mermaids or stuff like
Now
that?
you're tripping.
No, I'm just saying. because-
I think our perception of what a mermaid is completely fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
That makes sense.
It could be some weird-
a fish tail.
It could be
It
weird.
blows.
Tits in a fish ass.
That fish.
Wow.
But I think there are mermaids or mermen, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They. And I think, but they're just.
Merman.
I literally think that it's just like leathery humans that are
Yeah.
ugly as fuck, and I
Oh,
imagine them with like
yeah.
teeth and shit.
I think those are just like Alabama like cousins, kids, basically.
Yeah, incest,
Incest, basically.
inbred fucking babies.
I don't know. Underwater is fucking creepy.
I really want to experience both. Like space and the ocean are just something
I
that
don't want to go in the water.
I do
Oh.
not want to
I-
I,
go.
I, you know what?
Hell
I
no.
I see you on that, but it would be so fucking cool. I mean, if I died like that, I'd be happy.
How much money would it take for you to explore the Mariana Trench alone with a super like submarine?
Oh, with a submarine?
Super sub?
Alone with a super sub in
There's
the
a lot of-
Mariana Trench.
A lot of pressure down there.
Well, it depends.
500
Yeah,
billion.
it's a super sub.
500 billion.
If
I
I'm able
love
to go-
exploring, but I need a shit ton
Bro,
of
the
money.
Mariana Trench, like, it's never been explored, like, fully.
I mean, it would be exciting, too.
How far have they gone down? Because I was watching another
I think they've gone
documentary.
down, like, 2-3 miles.
They were going down, and whatever they were going in, their submarine, it was like a small little...
The Meg.
Stop, don't mess it up.
That movie sucked.
But
Yeah.
it was a small little ship or whatever you like to call it.
Sub?
Like,
It wasn't a sub.
I know what
it was
you're
kind of like
talking
about. It's like a
circular
tank.
shit
It's like a
shaped.
tank.
No.
They dropped it down, and like the windows are like pressured, not pressured,
Tempered
but like
glass,
tempered
kinda.
glass. And they're going down there, and they push it like they're exploring, and it starts to crack. The pressures in their and then their ears start to hurt so much because pressure, not water, but. And then they go straight up. But that thing was literally on the edge of break. Imagine dying like that. Your head would just. You wouldn't die from the water and drowning. Your ears would just blow.
Well, the
Your
thing is-
brain, bye.
you're literally like, that's all, like, that little space that you have, that little air bubble that's down there, when that breaks, the weight of the water alone is just literally just crushing down on you, and you're just gonna get swallowed. Like, you're gonna implode and turn into this little, like, fucking jawbreaker sized thing.
Yep, you're dead.
Long story short.
There has been life found, like, in the Mariana Trench.
Well, that's just like little organisms and shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how far do they think it goes down?
7
7
miles.
miles.
And they've only gone down like 3.
Like 2 to
Well,
3
the
miles.
Challenger Deep was like 2.5 or 3
Oh.
miles. That's like the lowest point man has ever been on Earth or something.
Yeah.
I can't believe not even halfway.
Yeah.
Imagine what's at the bottom.
Oh,
There could be some crazy
just
shit.
Imagine
down
how
there.
many species are out there. That's
Did
just.
you know that there's underwater rivers?
That's
What?
crazy.
There's legit underwater rivers.
So you're talking about like from like Finding Nemo where the turtles hop in the little
Yeah, and like the
No.
little
Oh,
current
yeah.
type
No.
thing,
I'm-
or a river.
I'm
river.
talking about like legit rivers.
How would the
and
water be shown?
streams.
How would that be shown in the water?
No, there's like air pockets,
Okay.
like underwater, and like streams run through it. Like, I'm not even lying.
The
Where
only
the
thing that I'm
hell-
thinking about right now is SpongeBob holding a glass of water underwater. That's literally what I'm thinking of when you say that. Fuck me, dude.
Sponge bad.
What's your input, Jimmy?
I mean, honestly, I really don't have much to say about this. Not gonna
You're
lie.
telling me you don't really have any thoughts at all?
I just
About
don't.
the
I don't
ocean.
even know where to start. Is my problem.
You know, I feel that though. There's so
Like-
much possibility there.
It's not even like I don't know what to say. It's just like, what should I say? Because like I don't even know, man. That shit's
Like,
crazy.
what is at the bottom of everything? All right, Tristan is currently showing me a video of what is this here?
An underwater river.
An underwater river. Oh, is this in like a cave?
That's underwater. No, they're underwater swimming. That's a river.
That is wild.
That looks scary.
Is there a way you can plug that in the video and show
Um,
that up, or no?
You can probably
Probably
just put
on
it in
YouTube.
the description.
Yeah, I can put it in the description. It's just called C Note and Gelata Underwater River. It's the first one that pops up, but if you search underwater rivers,
Kind of
Yeah.
get the
That's-
idea.
That's weird.
it's creepy. There's some really weird shit underwater.
But do you think that's just the simplicity or the scientific fact that something is mixed in with that water for
Yeah.
some reason that makes it like oil? Like
If
oil
I
and
remember
water,
watching
you know?
it, like, it has like a different consistency or something, or it's mixed with some type of, I don't know.
Do you think
I
it's just
forget.
oil that humans have fucking spilled in the ocean that's just sitting there on the bottom?
No, it's water.
Yeah, isn't it like there's like a certain like cave that can trap air and then the rivers type thing?
I have no clue. I didn't look much into it.
There are caves like that underwater.
like, I've
There's, like,
seen
It was
that
like
movies
have
2 in the
and
pockets of
stuff
morning.
air
I was
show
like,
that.
this looks interesting. I watched it.
You were yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's the best like time to watch videos though.
I watched somebody conspiracy theories at like 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I like watching them when I take a shit.
I mean, sure.
That was dead.
Well, after that quick awkward silence,
Somebody's got to go to work.
yeah, Jimmy,
Sorry, guys.
this little bitch,
I'm not a
and
bitch.
works from fucking 6 to 4 in the morning.
That's absurd.
That's pretty dumb.
Props
It's
to you,
rough.
big man.
It's rough.
Takes
I
that
mean,
takes
it's big
courage.
money. Don't get me wrong, but
But you're
you'd have to
19.
pay me a shit ton more to work those hours.
Yeah, that's a
Hell
negative.
yeah.
It's a negative for me, buddy.
Yo, I need a job.
I'm lucky.
Get a job at Dunkin' with me,
No,
Zach.
I was thinking about it.
Do it.
No, remember last time you were gonna get me a job
I
at Dunkin'?
was.
You completely fucking did.
And I was like,
I can't imagine you
I don't
working
got
at
any
Dunkin'
paper for
Donuts.
the printer to print you an application. Sorry.
No, I gave the application to give to your
Dummies.
mom, and you never gave it to her.
I did that with you.
You fried me and Jacob. It was me and Jacob.
Yep, and I was just like, you know what? I forgot.
Do it
I'm
now.
looking at you, and I cannot imagine you in a Dunkin' uniform.
I'm not a Dunkin' worker.
I can't. No, you.
I was
you-
looking
You're not a worker at all.
Who's the fuck's the one running this podcast?
Tommy.
Tommy's
Tommy's running
I believe
social.
Shane's running it today.
It is hard to picture you like working at Dunkin'.
I want to work at Cumbies, dude.
They get paid.
Oh, yeah.
decent.
Because
I
I'll
wanna
pull
work
up the Cumbies at
Cumbies,
2 in the morning and come
Yeah.
get whatever I want.
Like the one right next to my house, I'm literally gonna try to work there. Cause one, their
That'd be
food's
nice.
fucking fire. I love going there.
Cumbies food is.
Don't.
And I get gas.
If you don't like Cumbies food, you're fucking wrong.
All I
Yeah.
do is eat Cumbies. I go there like 6 times a week.
Penny.
6 times.
6
Honestly,
times?
I feel
There's
that.
7 days in a week. Buddy.
Yeah, I have to take a day off.
Take a day off of Cumbies.
But we're gonna break this off another part. This episode was kind of just like talking about the topics, and we're gonna have more episodes where we go in depth on the topics a lot
Oh, yes,
more.
sir.
I definitely want to go more in depth with the
Really
ocean.
This is just a touch. We
Definitely just
yeah.
a part one.
we hope you guys like this. If there's any conspiracy theories you guys want us to talk about more, or any that we didn't mention, or ones that you guys liked, please give us some names.
Yeah, let
Either
me know
leave it in
on
the comments.
Instagram, the
Yeah,
Goons
Instagram,
Podcast.
the
You can
comments,
DM me, I'll
anything.
respond, and any positive, negative, whatever you'd like to say, we'll accept it.
Yep, at the Goons Podcast on Instagram. Follow us.
Or if
Thank
it's
you.
on YouTube, if you're listening on YouTube, just scroll
Or
down,
SoundCloud.
drop it in the comment section, you know?
The black section.
And I say there can be multiple parts. It doesn't have to just
Oh,
be
hell
2.
yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole series just
We can
about.
There is so
because
much
there's
shit
so
that we
much
can
shit.
talk about, dude.
Another thing I forgot to mention was we can't upload on Apple or Spotify yet. Spotify requires you have 5 podcasts required, and Apple requires 3. We also have to make an episode. We also have to make a website and get all of our podcasts checked by Apple and Spotify. So when that gets uploaded, we'll let you guys know. Obviously, yeah.
Websites cost money, so, you know, we're going to start a Patreon. Donate to the website.
Donate to our Patreon, guys.
That'd be hilarious.
All right, guys. It's been the Goons. We'll see you guys next episode.
Adios.
All
Later.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Peace out, y'all.